Let's get on with today's show. Now, you may remember a few days ago I spoke to Tara Kelly from Splice Software about the dangers of handing over the keys to your brand's voice to digital voice assistants such as Amazon Alexa, Microsoft Cortana, Apple Siri, Google Home, and the list goes on and on. So, with voice being a very hot topic at the moment, I wanted to explore it further. So, when I read Rand Hindi from Snips AI wanted to destroy Alexa, he pretty much truly grabbed my attention and set my tech spidey sensors into overdrive. If you've ever turned to a voice assistant to ask it a quick question for a little help, and let's face it, who hasn't? I strongly urge you to listen to Rand's conversation with me today. He offers so many invaluable insights, and as far as I'm concerned, pure gold. So buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to Paris in France so we can speak with Rand Hindi from Snips AI. So a massive warm welcome to the show, Rand. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Hi, thanks for having me. My name is Rand. I'm the CEO of Snips.ai. To give you a little bit of background, I've been coding since I was 10 years old, created my first company when I was 14, ended up doing a PhD in artificial intelligence when I was 21. Then after that, decided to really focus on this intersection of AI and privacy. How can you start building machine learning technologies that don't really require access to personal data? I was an advisor to the French government on their AI policies. And for the past 5 years, I've been running the largest AI company in France called Snips, building voice assistants with a very strong focus on personal data privacy.
Wow, coding from 10 years old. So I take it that tech was in your family from an early age then?
Interestingly enough, no. Oh. My mom was in fashion and my dad was a currency economist.
Wow, complete opposites. Now, one of the main reasons I invited you on the show today and why I'm excited to speak to you is because you believe that we need to make technology disappear and for it to be invisible. And when I saw this, I thought, at last, because the average user, this is probably to the chagrin of a lot of techies out there, but the average user doesn't care about how blockchain or AI works. They just want tech to make their life easier. That's their only motivation. So before we get too techie, can you just tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind Snips and what you set out to achieve from the very beginning?
Have you already felt, for example, your phone vibrating in your pocket, took it out and there was nothing happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that's called a phantom vibration. What people would realize is 9 out of 10 people experience that. Do you know another name for it?
No.
Hallucination.
Oh.
But you see, that for me is pretty scary because when you think about it, we somehow got so conditioned by technology that we're now making up things that don't exist.
Yeah.
And so when you pull that thread and start, extrapolating what the world will look like once you have 100 billion devices as opposed to, just a smartphone and a computer each today, it becomes a pretty scary picture. Are we going to get to a point where we're so manipulated by devices around us that we spend our days effectively making up stuff because we're just receiving too much input? And so I see AI and AI assistance as a very good solution to that problem, because if you can start communicating with machines as effortlessly as you do with humans, using language, for example, then you no longer need to make any effort to use technology to a point where it becomes like electricity. Everything around you is a device. Everything around you is connected, but you don't even think about it anymore. And because of that, you don't have this sort of feeling of being overwhelmed technologically. And literally what I believe is that AI assistants, if you include them in every device around you, can literally make technology disappear from your consciousness.
Wow. I mean, on your website as well, which I was just looking at, it beautifully highlights how we got where we are today and how, like you said there, technology has become a central part of our modern lives. And as someone that loves TV shows like Black Mirror and maybe the darker side of tech, can you tell that story to the listeners and also that darker side that has emerged as a result? And ultimately, why your goal was initially to destroy Alexa? It sounds incredibly sinister and exciting at the same time.
Well, the thing with technology is not just that it should be extremely easy to use, is that it should also be very safe to use.